What's up, everyone? It's Teddy, aka JamesKisau on MTGO, coming back for another Friday main series Grixis Control video. So, it's been about 2 weeks since the no changes announcement hit Legacy, and I've been playing a fair amount in the queues, and it seems like people are pretty excited about Blue-Black Reanimator. So, this week I wanted to do something that is kind of a sidestep. I think sometimes it's important to not always play the perceived best version of the deck and experiment a little bit, because then your experiments could result in more prolonged success down the road. You can see what works, what doesn't work. And today's experiment, we're going to be gunning for Blue-Black Reanimator specifically and see if that is detrimental to any of our other matchups. Because if we can respect the top deck in the format to that degree and not sacrifice points in any other matchups, I think that would be a good direction to take the deck. So you're probably looking at the list and it doesn't look all that different, but over in the sideboard, I am playing a Faerie Macabre. Now, traditionally, I play 2 Surgical Extractions in Grixis Control. It's a card that synergizes really well with Snapcaster Mage, and it's also not solely graveyard hate. It's a good way to defang decks that rely too much on a certain card. For example, if you surgically extract Nadu out of a Nadu deck, a lot of the time they're left with a lot of creatures that maybe won't be able to get the job done. But it is able to be interacted with by traditional means like Force of Will and Daze, and that is pretty different than Faerie Macabre. This card has always been in the Legacy format, well, since Shadowmoor has been released, but it only really started getting popular once Blue-Black Reanimator kind of cemented itself as the top deck in the format, since it has an activated ability, which is discard this card, exile up to 2 cards from graveyards. Does not have to be the same graveyard like Unlicensed Hearse or Kozilek's Command. So activated abilities are kind of a strong point in the meta here, since it's pretty difficult to interact with them. Triggered abilities, those are a little more easier to interact with, since Consign to Memory has become a pretty popular choice for blue decks. But activated abilities, you pretty much need Stifle or Nimble Obstructionist, one of my other favorites that's very difficult to interact with. So you can really think of Faerie Macabre as similar to Nimble Obstructionist in that way. It dodges Force, Daze, not Thoughtseize, but I think if they're taking your Faerie Macabre with a Thoughtseize, it's not the worst thing in the world. Now, why haven't we been playing this card the whole time? Well, it's because, like I mentioned right before, Surgical synergizes really nicely with Snapcaster Mage, but Faerie Macabre synergizes with another classic Grixis Control card, which is Kolaghan's Command. Kolaghan's Command's first mode here is like a Raise Dead effect, return target creature from your graveyard to your hand, so we can get Faerie Macabre back and get another round of that activated ability, which is pretty sweet. Adding to the fact that if you really had to say, like, is Grixis Control a Snapcaster Mage deck or a Kolaghan's Command deck, I think if I was forced to pick between the two, I'd say it's more a Kolaghan's Command deck. I think it's the one card that really sets us apart from any other deck in the meta. Another cool thing about Faerie Macabre, and it's the thing I like about all my favorite Grixis Control cards, is that it is very flexible, has modality to it. If you don't need the activated ability, you can pay 3 for a 2/2 flyer, which is a real clock, as we know, as we've seen Baleful Strix put in real work. So yeah, I guess that's about it. Let's see if this takes too much away from our other matchups. If it's a successful experiment, I think this is a good direction to take the deck, because I don't think Blue-Black Reanimator is going anywhere. I don't think there's really any channel updates. I know I've been mentioning in the last few weeks how we're working up to 2,000 subs. We could really use your help with that. Go ahead and just like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you want even more content every week, check out the Patreon. For only $2 a month, you get an extra league every week. I upload every Monday, and the entire backlog of leagues as well. It's been going on for a while now. And yeah, I would really appreciate the support. You'd be helping actively enrich and grow the Legacy community, because that's really what the goal of the channel is. I'd like to make Legacy seem like a more accessible format. I feel like too often it gets the reputation of being hostile and just really explosive and combo dominated. And while maybe the numbers say that's true, I feel like every time I play Grixis Control, every game has a lot of decisions. And I think Legacy is a great place for Magic fundamentals and really intricate gameplay. And hopefully that comes across in these videos. With all that said, let's start the league. Alright folks, here we go. Grixis Control with a Faerie Macabre in the sideboard. I do like how aggressive this hand could be. See what we're up against. It doesn't really feel bad to just like flash in Snapcaster Mage to enable Kaito since you get that back. Opponent bins Swords to Plowshares. Play Scalding Tarn. Okay, I imagine I'll want that to be a basic mountain, but I don't know, maybe they play Tamiyo. I'll want to bolt it. They have a swamp, so we're playing against Esper. Well, now they're pretty clearly representing Bowmasters, so I probably will not go for Snapcaster Mage. But maybe... yeah, I'm going to try and shuffle that Underground Sea back into the deck. These games can go really long, and I pretty much don't want to make any land drop that's not a fetch land, just about. Bowmasters. Wonder if they're lining up a Kaito. Yikes. What recourse do I have for that? Not much. Can like bolt Bowmasters, that's about it. And they'll at least only have a Kaito, but I feel like I need to take action on this. Which feels pretty silly. But I think a lot of these decks have adopted my tech. It's not really my tech, but I believe I was playing Kaito pretty early on. Faerie, they do not draw. There's no way this is a combo deck, right? Do that. Keep that, right? Yeah. We'll keep it in the mix. Now let's snap Brainstorm. Another Kaito. It's not bad. Way too many red spells, but I think I'd rather have that than a land. And they probably really don't want to bounce Snapcaster Mage. It's generally pretty value positive for me. Tamiyo. Brainstorm. Flipping it right away. Interesting. If they don't remove the Snapcaster Mage, that'd be pretty cool. Like if they missed on the land and Fatal Push, pretty interesting. Yeah, we got to bounce Snapcaster Mage. That's pretty good for me. I wish I had more red mana, of course. Bolt to Faerie. I play a lot of different stuff, but I suppose I am most known for playing Grixis Control. Barragoyf. Murktide Regent. Can probably just go to the next game if they counter this. Long pause. Yep. I'm good. Let's go Red Blast. Fatal Push. Seems just like Esper mid-range type stuff from the Catacombs. Yeah, I'll take a Thoughtseize too. Then we can trim like Force of Will, Barragoyf, Murktide Regent, a Badlands, because I feel like they still might be playing Wastelands. We didn't see any yet. Can trim a Lightning Bolt, and then Hydro Blast kind of becomes their most efficient spell post side. So Kolaghan's Command is a very reasonable cut. Hand looks pretty darn good. Hopefully it goes well. Cast Ponder. Yeah. Definitely want the stock up. Don't think I need to ponder again next turn. I was very surprised not to see a Daze there. Sure. Thoughtseize. probably take Bowmasters. Mm-hmm. They agree. Send it back. Brainstorm. Now what? Sure. I'll probably take stock up now, unfortunately. Yep. So I guess I will take that Ponder, just so I can have some selection going forward. Reanimate. And Baleful Strix. It's good stuff. Reanimate will be more handy than Strix overall, but I like to draw that if I can. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work out. I mean, I brought in 2 Fatal Push, like, maybe it will. Kaito. Just seems so likely they're going to be able to remove my creature, unfortunately. So I better reanimate Bowmasters while I'm at it. Except now I can't. And I fucked up. Mm-hmm. The fuck am I doing? Bowmaster, or if Beargoyf isn't getting card advantage, it's a pretty good deal for us, right? See if this works. Brainstorm. It's not crazy for them to side out Force of Will in this matchup. Nice. See if I can catch up while that Beargoyf is stunned. They have missed land drops. Ponder. Hoping to see them shuffle here. No. I feel like they might have Bowmasters. Yeah, let's check it out. No? Maybe like Bowmasters plus Hydroblast or something? No? Been them both. Here's Fatal Push. I don't have Revolt. Maybe I will soon. Probably can't afford to use from the Catacombs yet. It'd be really unfortunate to hit the other island. I need blockers. Okay. Really feeling smart now. Let's see if this works. Wow. No way. Okay, how about these? Hydroblast. Sure. Alright. Hopefully we're wearing them down at this point. I do feel like they might... Okay, they're going to take out Kaito. I think that's okay too. Like, what's left in their hand? Can it beat from the Catacombs? I don't know. Not much can do that. Do that. Brainstorm. Like, how many Spell Pierces do you think they're running? Dress down, sure. That's a little rough. So they'll, like, take the initiative from me, essentially. They'll get a basic land. And then hopefully I just take it right back. This could get weird. We'll see. Island. And we saw a basic swamp in game 1, I think, so we know that's available to them. Block your Bowmasters. This is a good outcome. That gives me another Bowmasters to target. They already played a land. Seems like maybe they have hardcast Force of Will. Ooh, to Faerie. That's not hardcast force. I guess we're just trying to dodge Bowmasters at this point. No. Strix. That would, like, bait out some Bowmasters, I think. It normally does anyways. I'll try it. Thoughtseize? There's really no time for that. With any luck, they will try to bounce the Bowmasters back to their hand, but then it'll just disappear. Nice. I think we go to the forge, right? Yeah. I think we can anticipate some graveyard hate for game 3, if there's a game 3. Okay, they're a little flooded. Good news for us. Put a card on top, though. Not good news for us. Go to the trap. Now they go to 8. Ponder. I don't want to ponder into Bowmasters. See what's going on over there. There's a couple lands. Sure, I'll take a Barragoyf now. Draw a card. Trying to go to that Throne of the Dead 3. I think this will fail to find, right? Yeah, it will. Alright, we'll never know what was on top of their deck. That should be more along the lines of how it goes, right? I wonder if Price of Progress is any good. They're not using their life total as a resource. They have like desperation lines that make it also pretty bad, like Swords to Plowshares on one of their own creatures or something. Just don't think it's going to work out. We've also yet to see an opposing Kaito, so like, I don't know really what I'm supposed to respect aside from Teferi and Barragoyf. I brought in the Fatal Push, I brought in the Red Blasts. I guess I'll bring in this 4th Force of Will on the draw. And then yeah, hopefully from the Catacombs isn't in my opening hand. But it worked out that time. Well, they're mulliganing, so I think I have to keep. It's not a bad hand. It's just a little risky. But there are 2 cantrips. Delta go. If I draw a land, I'll Thoughtseize. Maybe not the land we were hoping for, but that is a land. Let's see what's going on over there. Barragoyf Force. Take the Barragoyf. I'm assuming they're going to surveil here. Put a card on top. It might be Bowmasters. Do like Red Blast. Would it be that bad, actually, if they exposed some Bowmasters? I might not be able to spend my mana any other way. I think it'd actually be really good if they just fired Bowmasters here. They don't. I mean, we always could have hoped that they would have. But yeah, it did seem pretty unlikely. Okay, now they bin Hydroblast. I doubt they would have topped Hydroblast when they had no action. So I don't think this is a case of I already have a Hydroblast, I'm going to bin that one. We're drawing Polluted Delta next turn. Now this kind of feels like a control mirror. I wonder if I can get them to budge if I cast a Brainstorm on their end step. I might be able to. Ponder does not shuffle. Alright. Come and get me. No? Alright, fine. It's really tempting to start this Bowmaster Mirror because I also have Kolaghan's Command. It would be the right time to pressure, I think. feel like they have to do something about this too, since Kaito is such a thing. But they don't force. I wonder if I'll want to draw that land too. Probably not. Damn, I'm really curious what they're keeping in this ponder. Was that just a giant bluff? Have they actually played against From the Catacombs before? Are they going to do it now? Well, they can't now. And if they're still without Hydroblast, you probably take Kolaghan's Command before one of the creatures. It's pretty free for me to do that this turn. But my hand is lacking, like, true power. If they, like, stuck a Baraglyph and protected it with Force of Will, we could be in trouble. We'd have to do some real maneuvering. But yeah, it's not an easy Thoughtseize. Taking Pyroblast is truly concerning. I don't want to top deck that land and then just play it. I feel like it will just give away way too much information. And I'll keep the Fatal Push though. That's pretty good. And then, am I holding this Bowmasters? I could probably just play out Brazen Borrower. I feel like we got the damage in hand. If they have Swords to Plowshares, they'll probably use it on this. Or something. Seems like Bowmasters. It's also very good for us, yep. They know about my second copy. And yeah, we'll do it. You know, they have Force and one other card. Might be getting to the end of the line here. We've almost ground them out. It's really the difference of one other land drop. Well, they also mulligan were on the play, so they actually kind of had a lot of things going against them here. They let it resolve. Yeah, I think that's wise. Like, you need to probably save that and top deck something like Baraglyph, Thoughtseize. This will probably take Kolaghan's Command. Yep. Leaving me with my removal. I have a lot of good draws from here. I think I'm going to bank that one. They're at 6. This Bolt, it's getting close. Interesting attack. Yeah, I'll block. Did they have more Bowmasters? Kaito. They don't tap down the army. I think we got this. Well, they could force my Lightning Bolt. Probably does not feel great. Yep. So now I'm probably just bolting Kaito. And my own Kaito. That's such a good draw. That gets around Force of Will. Alright, we got there. Esper should be a pretty good matchup. Because it's like us, except they're white, so they have like more white 1-for-1 removal. And then Red Blast is pretty cool. And all that. Cool. Oh man, I'm tired. I think I'll pick this up tomorrow morning. Didn't get to use Faerie Macabre yet. Welcome back. I'm awake. We're up against 2 Chatots. Might be a Pokemon reference. Chatot, I believe, is the bird whose head looks like a musical note. Ah. This might be tough. I don't have an out to Merit Lage in my hand. I do have a Kolaghan's Command and access to all 3 colors of basics. Kaito is also pretty good against this deck. I guess I just Thoughtseize and check for like crop rotation. In a tough spot. Right off the bat. This is mostly a Turbo Depths deck that takes a lot of inspiration from lands. I just got distracted because their hand is too good. I think I need to take crop rotation to stay alive here. They can so easily rotate for Thespian stage. I think that will pretty much straight up tell them that I don't have an out right now. But also, this is kind of the upside of this deck, is that it's not a very good exploration deck if they don't have Loam. And their mana is kind of going to be stuck between casting those rumbles or making constructs unless they top deck a land here. Oh, great. Yeah, cool. I think I'm just at Brazen Borrower at this point as an out. No, that's not going to do it. All I can do is bluff. God, they're going for it. Man, we really could have this. I could set them back so far to just Edict right now, or Brazen Borrower petty theft it. Because now they don't get a construct. Grafdigger's Cage. Look how beatable this board is. Like, they have 2 rumbles in their hand. They can't even cast. I'm just literally fuming right now. I think Faerie Macabre plays here. I'd rather have Surgical. Taking all the Loams or all the Sagas or all the stages out of their deck is quite good. Opposition Agent, also very good. Consign is very good. I think it wouldn't have stung so much if it wasn't a top decked Thespian stage. Like, if they had their opening hand be that sculpted, it'd make sense as a keep and all that. Important lesson though, you can't start to feel persecuted, because then you will not play well. I don't like Baragoi from Murktide Regent that much either. I like Murktide Regent a little bit more because of the flying, but Maze of Ith is a real consideration. They have such absolute access to their tools. Malevolent Rumble really smooths things over. I need 2 more cuts though. I think you can cut Bowmasters. I like some number, especially on the play, since picking off that spawn token from Malevolent Rumble is often important. 2 should be fine though. Mulligan. This is not good. Fortunately, they're also taking a mulligan. Hopefully they're looking for some graveyard hate. So I'll bottom Snapcaster Mage for that reason. But that's pretty rough. Or maybe they're looking for like Disruptor Flute or something like that. Because I did give pretty combo vibes there, didn't I? Didn't reveal any blue mana. I thought seized them. Ah, man, I don't think I can Thoughtseize them right now, though, because if I get wastelanded, it's very possible I will lose, because there's no lands on the horizon. This hesitation makes me feel like they're deciding whether or not to wasteland me. I should have maybe bluffed a little more with the Ponder, and not just immediately shuffled. But I'm really letting my emotions get the better of me. There's a Caracas. That is quite a relief. But I really just need a land here. It shouldn't be too much to ask. Brainstorm. It's not a good one. God, this is terrifying. Alright, Thoughtseize you. This will be a little tough to beat. I guess I'm taking Grafdigger's Cage. Don't want to put Loam in the yard. It's pretty free for them to dredge here. I think they'll play Saga. I'll play Strix to just work through the Brainstorm lock. But I could also play Tameo to kind of tie up their mana. But I need to like kind of put myself in the position to draw lands. Otherwise we're just really going nowhere. Their hand's mega slow. Like, I guess I could also just play Tameo next turn, but I think it would make a little more sense to play Bowmasters and try and poach that token here. Come on, give me a land. Shit. This probably is going nowhere if I don't hit a land. There we go. Okay, put back Tameo and I think one of the Bowmasters. They're not going to be a removal spell going forward. And it's weird, but we do attack. I think they're going to try and assemble a Thespian Stage, Urza's Saga. It's going to be very important to counter Chapter 2 on that, using Consign. That basic island is going to be important. I'm assuming they're going to get Lava Spur Boots here. I would trade Bowmasters and Army Token for this construct. Saga number 2. It might make sense to counter Chapter 2 on that too. I've got a couple consigns here. Faerie Macabre, that's pretty nice. Alright. Counter that. Still waiting for them to invest in that loam. It's been very slow going. There's stage. So in 2 turns, provided they use their mana this turn to make a copy of Saga, we'll be looking to counter Chapter 2 on that. That's going to be important. No attack from them. Yeah. A little bit of wasted mana. Ponder, let's go. Meltdown is sweet. So is Kaito. These are all good cards. Probably should wait on the Meltdown. Is that even true though? Yeah, I think so. Let's go like that. If they want a Pithing Needle, that Scalding Tarn, that's totally fine. And as expected, that will happen. Now this turn I'm pretty sure they loam 2 Sagas back to their hand. I'll Macabre them and then cling the loam. See where that gets me. They do Pithing Needle. Nice. More stuff for Meltdown. Pachuca Bog. I'm glad that's hitting before Cling to Dust. Still kind of scary, but I think we'll be okay. Definitely undoes a lot of work. No denying that. Absolutely insane that they're not using that loam, but I guess it makes sense. They're just being incredibly cagey. It's going to give me a lot of peace of mind to get Lava Spur Boots out of this game. It makes life very difficult. Alright, hit for 3. Now, this is the turn I need to counter Chapter 2 on this Saga. And now I think they won't have much choice but to... Oh, interesting. Well, now I don't have to. That's cool. Maybe they have another Saga? That's interesting. It's nice to hold on to Consign. Dark Depths. Rumble. So now I'm looking for an out to Depths. This is hard work. And they have Beseiju, so I have even less time. If they do it around a Stifle right now, like I could possibly tap it down with Kaito. I think I need to get rid of the Beseiju. What did they choose? They chose Yavimaya. But giving them another Saga is no good, obviously. I have the Consign. Sure. Do I need to cling now? I feel like I'll have time. This is a real hard game. Draw the Kaito. Cling the Rumble. Play a land. And then stock up, I guess? Yeah. We got basics online. Or a basic, rather. Because I need double blue. I just still want to hold up Consign, I think. Brazen Borrower, clearly. I guess just Surgical Extraction. It's kind of an important card in the matchup. I should have enough land to operate with. Then we don't have to fear Lava Spur Boots any longer. We'll just crash in here. Saga's back. I guess a land would be a pretty nice draw this turn, though. Baleful Strix. Sure, we can wait, even though maybe we don't want to. Draw a card. Let's ponder. Well, it's nice for next turn, I guess. Crop rotation. What's that gonna get? Mazavith? Thespian Stage. They really want to keep that forest that knows how to make colorless mana. It's interesting. We're also safe from an additional crop rotation because I can counter Sajiri Step's trigger, even though I want to save this consign for Chapter 2 on this Saga. Okay, they didn't have it. Yeah, I think Saga's going to be too slow at this point. I think I'm just going to extract Thespian Stage. Or wait, no, they have one right there. I should extract Depth. Yeah, this is a total Turbo Depth deck. And they have another Loam in hand. That's wild. And an Otawara. Sajiri Step. Disruptor Flute in hand. That's pretty rough for Kaito. But yeah, what are they going to do with that Loam? I think I have adequate pressure, but we'll see. If they cast Disruptor Flute before... Okay. Crazy they have another Saga in hand. I exiled one of them with Macabre. Okay, they're good. Oh, man. That was really scary. I didn't really think I was going to make it. It really didn't seem like I was going to make it. Alright, looking at this deck, they have Faerie Macabre that they're probably going to take out now, honestly, since we're clearly not Reanimator. But it's pretty clear what this deck wants to do. It wants Merit Liege and it wants tokens. Construct tokens. The Ghost Quarter is very concerning. But somehow we've also not shown them Kaito. Well, do our best. I don't think we make any changes. I really don't believe in Fatal Push in the matchup either. It's like a pretty basic hand. It's got Kolaghan's Command. Baleful Strix is pretty good at keeping up with Saga until you make your land drops. And they are taking a mulligan. This might not be good enough, but I'm willing to try. Yavimaya got an exploration start after a mulligan. What does that mean for me? Saga. Pithing Needle. Naming Polluted Delta? That's crazy, dude. Not to mention, Yavimaya is a little counterintuitive in that regard, isn't it? Okay, cool. God damn it. Not again. Didn't have to look for it. No, I need Brazen Borrower. It's not it either. Play Baleful Strix. Not a good defense. They can make Merit Liege this turn. Then they can Expedition map for like Sajiri Step. Damn, that was a really good 6. Oh, it's a forest. Well, that's good. This seems like they're gonna get Lava Spur Boots instead. I might yet survive. Unless they have like crop rotation or something. I don't know. They're making another construct. I mean, they didn't tap the stage. I mean, we definitely block. Ponder. Might be better just take out Lava Spur Boots. That takes a lot of pressure off of me. Shock the construct. It's not bad. Lava Spur Boots, a very important part of the equation for them. I'm very glad they didn't jam. Maybe they don't play Expedition map, I don't know. Maybe it got sighted out. Rumble. Some scary stuff over there. What are they going to choose? They tapped the stage though, that's nice. Choose Mazavith. Oh, they have another one? Not great hits again. This time they pick Mox Diamond. Let me play it. Discarding Dark Depths. Alright, everything's face up. There's no loam in the graveyard. No Lava Spur Boots. We have a chance. Well, we're certainly doing that. Using my forest to cast Spell Bomb. And then... Are we holding up Nimble Obstructionist? Countering Thespian Stage. Like, yeah, we can't really do anything until we have quite the surplus of mana. Which I think makes me feel like I should ponder, right? Or I could just play Strix, just get that defense in place. I don't hate that. Not bad. Except I kind of have a lot of non-basics too. I'm not taking chip though. Another Rumble. Not sure what the take is here. I guess Thespian Stage. And they choose Exploration. Yeah, double Exploration with Loam is like absolutely insane. That is true. I guess this would be a good turn to get Kaito out. Don't have to worry about Lava Spur Boots. I didn't realize how high priority of a target that was until today. Maybe that's what's been wrong with my strategy against this deck. Just wasn't going after Lava Spur Boots. Do that. And then I think probably looking for more graveyard hates the way here. Force of Will's not bad either. Do I want another forest? Probably not. Well, that's actually not true. Sure, I'll take a forest. Since Wasteland is probably the worst thing that could happen to me here. Wait, was that stage untapped? Did I just make a massive punt? I think I just made a massive punt, but my opponent didn't call me on it. Oh my god. And there's Wasteland. Yep. Is it done? I'm drawing Delta. I think I got too comfortable. I wasn't seriously considering how bad Wasteland would be. My hand is literally nothing but blue cards. Wow. Yeah, I think we bin both of those, and then just, we really gotta hit a blue source off this Spell Bomb. This is crazy. I can't believe how badly I screwed this up. Oh my god. What if I hit Meltdown off this? It's not, doesn't matter. Oh my god. Well, that was insane. Literally did not need to happen. But what do I do now? Do I play Strix? I feel like the safest thing to do is probably just counter Thespian Stage with Nimble Obstructionist and try and get a new plan going next turn. Because whatever plan this is not a good one. Yeah, they're just not budging on that Merit Lage. It's interesting. Apparently I had nothing to worry about. They ripped Saga. That's pretty good. Cast Brainstorm. Looking good. Although I don't even know if I want to play that Badlands out. We'll see. Certainly playing that. See if they want to block with the spawn. No, okay. That's nice. Getting close to lethal. Sure, I'll bend the Brainstorm and keep the price. And then probably cast this Strix. Surgical. Okay. Go to cleanup. Discard Tameo, I guess. They're copying Saga. Sure. So they're completely off Merit Lage. That's the thing I've been scared of the most this whole time. And they're just like not going for it. I guess that's how it goes, isn't it? Okay. Well, yeah, I guess we'll shoot for lethal here. And I'll discard. So if I play this Badlands out, price is hitting me for 8. I can certainly take it. But do I need all that mana? price is 2. Clearing a blocker shouldn't cost more than 2 mana. Alright. It also does make me pretty squeamish to discard actual mana sources, not just fetch lands. We'll counter that. Although maybe, no, I don't think it makes more sense to try and attack with Nimble Obstructionist because they have Maze of Ith, and also to push damage that way I'd also have to attack with Strix. It just seems like weirdly exploitable. Don't need another Brainstorm really. I'll force just about anything here. It does seem like they have a decision. I wish they played a land though. That would have been nice. Murktide Regent. Alright, plus Kaito. Attack with both. Blocking that Kaito. We will lose a Kaito, which is not great obviously, but do that. Keep this Kaito. Yeah, of course. If they have crop rotation, I could lose. Bin Ponder, keep Tarn. There's nothing in their graveyard either, so I can't check their hand for crop rotation. Seems like they drew something, I just don't know what. I could just put 2 blockers out. Doesn't stop Sajiri's step. God damn. I mean, at that point I would just have to go for it, I think. Didn't do anything. Going for it. Oh, how did I miss this too? Okay, yeah, that was complete idiocy on my part. And they'll concede after that. Yeah, I guess they do lose a lot of resources this way. But it certainly is a way to survive. I'll need to check the tapes too, like I might have made an extreme blunder at some point. Maybe my bluff was just that strong that they weren't willing to make Merit Lage. Or maybe the stage was tapped and I'm just like feeling like I slipped up. But I feel like I slipped up. It happens pretty often against this deck, I'm not gonna lie. I'm relearning my lands heuristics. Wow. Huge range of extremes in that match. Let's keep going. Alrighty, time for round 3. I'm on the draw. This hand is not horrible though. Got Force of Will, 2 of them even, so if they try and bust through with Thoughtseize, we'll be okay. It's a Lotus Petal. Is this Doomsday? Flooded Strand Lotus Petal is not something you see too often. And while Edict is not great against Doomsday game 1, sometimes Lightning Bolt can do something weird. I feel like there's a predominantly blue Storm deck going around too, but I don't know if they'd run Flooded Strand. Pretty sure all those lands, or those fetch lands, would need to get black. But we'll see. I'm going to lead on Bloodstained Mire. It's the most misleading. You don't always think Force of Will when you see Bloodstained Mire. In fact, it's generally not a fetch land you see in Legacy that much. Delta, Activation, Volcanic Island, Lotus Petal? Oh, this is Show and Tell. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Okay, Edict is good, never mind. Now Lightning Bolt's the weird one. Probably not going to sit around and wait to draw Brainstorm, so I'm just going to cast Lightning Bolt right now. Bang. Brazen Borrower, not bad. Could probably use another land before anything else. Not to mention, it's not like I'm going to not force twice. But if I had a 5th blue card in my hand, I'd probably hold Brazen Borrower for the last one to see if they put in Omniscience. Then I could put in Orcish Bowmasters, disrupt the stack, and cast Petty Theft on Omniscience. We're also in a weird spot where forcing stock up might be kind of good. They don't have that much in the way of resources. Those Lotus Petals have been a bit of a drain on them. It's still worth casting Bowmasters here though, since the ultimate goal is dealing damage. And you can see how much difference like even one lightning bolt's making here. They're already below 15. We're getting there. They don't shuffle though. It's very concerning. It would be pretty bad to see like Mysterized Village. They don't make a land drop though. What does that mean? We might already have it and they just don't want to play into Wasteland. Getting to untap is nice though, because maybe Edict can save me. Another lightning bolt. I'm assuming they're making their move right now. We'll see if Double Force can get the job done. It might. There it is. Alright. Force of Will. That's it? Nice. Alright, bolt again. Almost there. Yeah, I'll play the land out just in case their recourse is like, yeah, if they go sneak attack instead of show and tell and have daze, I do want my Edict to beat daze. I feel like that part's pretty important. But I feel like if they draw a land from here, like that would be pretty much how they're protecting their combo, right? They're already through 2 Lotus Petals, kind of. So even if they like get Atraxa out, if they like force my force, Atraxa comes through, I Edict, they'll be at 3. And Atraxa might not be able to flip enough stuff to let them have a second round or something like that. We'll see. Far from safe. Petal number 3. Yeah, there's sneak attack. Try forcing. Must to try. And they concede. I guess they didn't have another enabler in hand. But then, oh, but they're down to 2 mana, so yeah. We're super lucky to take game 1. Take Red Blast, Surgical. See, now this is a matchup where Surgical is pretty nice for Grixis Control, since we're playing Thoughtseize. We can often, like, rip a whole angle out of their deck, whereas Faerie Macabre is not doing really anything. So, this one's a little tough. I will say that Show and Tell is maybe not as prevalent in the meta as it was right when, like, Stock Up and Mysterized Village were released. It's definitely still out there. It's a legacy classic. So taking game 1 is incredibly fortunate for us this time. And even though Lightning Bolt was awesome there, we don't need it as much. I don't need this mountain either. Sometimes they'll pivot onto Magus of the Moon, but never like Wasteland or anything like that. Yeah, we'll cut all the Lightning Bolts. And then Cling to Dust is not great either. But I guess I'll keep 1 so I can like draw on a stall or something. But yeah, I'm not bringing in Faerie Macabre, so I don't have as much stuff to bring in this time. I could bring in Price of Progress just for raw damage, but they also play basics a lot of the time. A lot of basic islands. It'd pretty much just be like City of Traders, Ancient Tomb, Volcanic Island. And they don't need a lot of lands to win. It's much more important to try and stop them from winning. Only 2 Thoughtseizes too, like I'm most comfortable with a 1-1 split for Thoughtseize because it is pretty tempo negative and all that. When we really want to be like playing to the board. But against Show and Tell, sure is nice to have more Thoughtseizes. Can't imagine this hand is good enough. It has a lot of options, but we're missing super relevant interaction points like even Consign or, you know, something like that. Yeah, there's Consign. Man. I mean, I'm not in love with this hand, obviously, but it's better than going to 5, and then I'll bottom Kolaghan's Command. See what we can do. Delta, pass. Alright. Another Consign. It's kind of interesting. This means we're probably just going blue-blue. Thundering Falls. Them not playing that last turn is really interesting. Did they just draw it? Oh, Chromox, that's interesting too. I don't know if I've ever seen Chromox in this deck before. What they put under their Force of Will? That's scary. Best case scenario for that, they just don't feel like they have the resources to force on top of everything. But it just makes me feel like they already have means to protect their combo. Send it back. Okay, there's Mysterized Village. And a Brainstorm. I mean, yeah, I'll cast Bowmasters. It'd be nice to have a clock on board. They let it go. There are definitely problems with this. Like, they could just like cast a Show and Tell after this. If they show and tell in an Emrakul, I guess I could consign the Annihilator trigger, take 15, maybe find some way to get over the line. I don't know. I was honestly hoping they would force Bowmasters. Yeah, they're not ready to fire yet. That's pretty crazy. This hand needs fixing. Cast Brainstorm. Thoughtseize is great. Put 2 lands back. Activate Scalding Tarn. Get a Badlands. I guess I'll attack first, see if that prompts anything. So I fetched a little too early. Cast Thoughtseize, targeting them, and they'll force pitch force. Alright. I mean, if they sneak attack out in Emrakul, it might work out for us. I'm assuming their hand is just like Enabler Monster, right? Mm-hmm. It's probably not sneak attack either, since... Oh, it is sneak attack? Who is it? Archon? Yeesh. Which is the better trigger to stifle? They're both pretty bad for me. I wish I could hit them both, because then that's pretty underwhelming for them. Yeah, I guess they're pretty equivalent, huh? I'll discard Stock Up, I think, and then sacrifice... Am I sacrificing Bowmasters is the next question. They'll go to 11. Yeah, we're probably clocking faster with the army, aren't we? That's really all that matters at this point. Once again, gaining 3 life. Absolutely crushing. Oh, you know what? This was the wrong one to counter. They could have drawn like Daze. Yeah, I screwed up. Man. After that really loose game against lands, promised I was going to do better, but I feel like I did not. Okay, what if I find Reanimate here? Force of Will is, I think, nice. Things are still sketch, though. I better take that blue card. Then I'll have Consign and Force Up. Pretty much any monster should end things, though. Traxa I can stay alive, but it's not looking good. Well, so far so good, I guess. Cast Brainstorm. Kaito. Yeah, I guess it's the same, huh? If I shuffle, though, then I can't reanimate Archon. And that's just like a 1-out anyways. What would I be looking for off Kaito? I feel like it'd just be another blue card, and then I'm not holding up Consign either. So yeah, that doesn't make sense. Insane. We dodged so hard. So hard. Dodged insanely hard. And maybe their next card just completely throws everything out, and just countering that 1 Archon trigger was enough. I don't know. Even if they drew like a Brainstorm or a Ponder or something, they could use Mistrized Village, have that be uncounterable, find their monster, activate Sneak Attack. I really have nothing to say about any of that. Oh, okay. That was scary. Welcome back for round number 4. Things getting pretty serious now. We're 3-0. I shouldn't really think about it. I don't really think this hand is that great. It's got a Brainstorm, and then a lot of cards that maybe don't make a lot of sense in concert. I'm gonna mulligan. Oh, this one's far worse. But it has Force of Will. I don't think going to 5 makes any sense. Good lord. I think I'll put Brainstorm away. Yikes. I will say the running has not felt particularly exceptional today. We're facing a Tundra deck? Oh, it's Cephalid Breakfast. Well, I could really use a land here. Thanks. Flooded Strand. Are we gonna see them go for a Cephalid Illusionist? I feel like if I had top-decked Bloodstained Mire, it's possible they might have jammed. Oh, yeah. That one. I think I'd like to beat a Daze with my Orcish Bowmasters, even a theoretical Daze. Hedge Maze, yep. Spinning Force of Will? Does that mean they already have one? That would not be good. Meticulous Archive. Spinning Prismatic Ending. Playing a Narcomoeba. Well, my Edict is not going to work with that thing around, so I might as well hit that with Bowmasters. But I feel like that's one less line of defense I have. It's also a Narcomoeba down, like, it could impact their ability to combo. if only by a little. It's not nothing. Sure, I'll keep Brainstorm. I would also like them to play weirdly. Yeah, I'll cast Brainstorm. Not bad, not bad. I guess I can play Tamiyo next turn if I'm alive. Start clocking. Bending Force of Will. I wish I knew what that meant. Ah, Nadu. Well, I'll force that. I'm expecting them to force back. Oh yeah. Pitching Illusionist. So they'll get one trigger. Before that resolves, I'm gonna hopefully resolve Edict. I feel like if they had Daze, they would have pitched that before pitching an Illusionist, right? Right, folks? I guess they're out of Surveil lands too, so like they wouldn't have been able to like spike a Narcomoeba. That would have been horrible. Oh man. Oh, dude. No, I'm not sure I want to play Tamiyo out. Or maybe I do. There's a Ponder on top of my deck right now. Yeah, if I'm going to be sitting around and waiting a lot, waiting for the perfect moment, having something to do with the mana on my opponent's end step sounds mighty appealing. We don't fight over the Ponder either. I need this Bowmasters to be able to stop Cephalid Illusionist. They don't shuffle. Oh, that sucks. You already saw one. Now they have Force of Will. They're getting 2 cards a turn. It's a complete frickin' nightmare. Oh my god. Alright, screw this game. Silly. I got overloaded. I'm not sure about Faerie Macabre. Stopping their combo is like nice to be able to do, but at that point it doesn't really seem like the most important thing even. Got Cling to Dust to incidentally do that. It's never felt like the real point of contention against this deck. But it is interesting that they can't like force it or anything like that, or they can have to Fairy out. Yeah, I'll try it because that's the point of the video. I shouldn't like really let my competitiveness get in the way of progress. I'm on the play now. Trim of Force of Will. Baraglyph and Murktide are both pretty soft to Swords to Plowshares. I don't need this basic mountain. Yeah, I love extracting Nadu in this matchup. It feels really good. They're not left with much after that. Also take a Meltdown. I guess I want the second Thoughtseize on the play, but not on the draw. Can trim... Not Reanimate. Reanimate's great. How about a Kaito, Baleful Strix? They're not a very aggressive deck at all, really. You can also bring in Consign. Like, all of our cards are good against this deck in some capacity. It's like a good matchup, but boy, if they slip through the cracks, or if you let them through the cracks, like, they'll just win, like as you saw in game 1 there. If I had one more piece of resources, maybe it could have gone better, but the mulligan was not great. I probably should have kept that first hand, it turns out. I need one more cut. How about Narset? Come on, deck. Oh, this is trash. I feel a little cheated right now. I know that's kind of lame to say, but it's never nice when your deck fails you. See if I can fight back into this, I guess. I've got the Pyroblast Surgical, or the Edict Surgical. One way or another, I'm getting that Nadu. Even though I also like reanimating Nadu. Ponder, sure. They have so many cards. We're just gonna have to hope that a lot of them are not the most valid. There's a Snapcaster Mage on top. I should Ponder. And I think I'm just looking for land right now. Brainstorm might help quite a bit. There's an Urza's Saga and a Shuko. This could be a lot worse. Can't Surveil, it's too risky. Thoughtseize? Can I even do that? Let's see if I had a land. Not really. Ah, man. I mean, I could. It just might backfire. Or it might not. I've got this Surgical. They have a live combo piece. Maybe I have to Thoughtseize for that reason. If they try to combo, I do have Surgical. Maybe it would work out. But yeah, not an enviable position for me right here. And I feel like I can't mill Tamiyo either. I don't have to mill anything really, I can just shuffle it away. Alright, so I guess I'll put back a Red Blast and Tamiyo. This could be a short one, folks. Thoughtseize you. Brainstorm. Wow, a lot of stuff I don't care about. I guess I can rip the Ponder out of their hand with Surgical while I'm at it, and hope they don't top deck. a Cephalid Illusionist or a Nadu or anything like that. It's pretty terrible. It's not what I want to use my Surgical for. Or I could take Ponder and then let them combo and Surgical, but that doesn't even make sense if they put Nadu on top. Well, then I could hopefully maybe they don't flip the most amazing stuff with their 2 Nadu triggers, and then I can Edict the Nadu and extract it. Just seems silly. I don't know. They clearly hit something on top. This is what I've got. It's just the angle I got. Only 2 Cephalid Illusionists in the list right now. So they're really focusing more on just Nadu flipped in the deck. That makes sense. 2 Cavernous Souls. No Daze. 1 Ghost Vacuum. Alright, we're hoping they draw, like, swords. Hopefully a Thoughtseize bug them. Or a land. Land is cool too. But I'll bin land. Windswept Heath, go. Nice, it worked. I guess. Bolt. I'll definitely have to cast a red spell every turn. Because I will not cash them out in time otherwise. Hedge maze, dang it. Yeah, these things are going to beat me. Okay, well that's nice actually. Bolt that. They're spending their mana. They'll probably get Ghost Vacuum. No, they get another Shuko. 2 unknowns over there. They're trying to end me. I'm reluctant to give up this Edict. I mean, I have Pyroblast, but we gotta think about, like, how many spells I'm really even gonna be able to cast a turn. Come on, deck. I'm scared. I'm real scared. I don't have a lot of faith in pulling this off. They just have so many live top decks and I have so few. Or that's not true. I have a lot. But I have a lot of misses. A lot of lands. They just milled a land away. And them going to attacks means nothing. They could still do something crazy this turn. But they don't. That's good. Alright, yeah, we'll just bolt. Nice. Nice. I mean, not really, actually. Can't do this yet. I got excited for a second, but yeah, it's not good. Yep. They're gonna wear me out of answers eventually. At least they're kind of flooded. Edict to you. God. Disappointing. It's not the time to be drawing lands. I feel like I've seen enough of them. By the grace of God, another turn. Force of Will. It's a reason to play that out. We know they don't have days. Ugh. Red Blast that. Alright, no surprise there. They pitched Memory's Journey, so their combo just became a lot more all-in. Force your Nadu. Oh god. Last card's Prismatic Ending. Well, this is disappointing. What can you do? Alright, sick. Let's pack it up. It's hard to really say we lost. It's kind of more like we just didn't do anything. Okay. One more. Alrighty, we got one more round here. Hopefully this one is a little more entertaining. Last round was pretty lame, unfortunately. Opponent drew spells and we did not. What do we have here? I think I'm fine putting that in the graveyard. Opponent has a Misty Rainforest. Could be a lot of decks at this point. Tropical Island, Molt Tender. Oh, so this is probably the Stryfo deck. I've played against Stryfo a few times in the past few weeks, and he's mostly been on a variation of this deck, but it had like Hogak and stuff like that. So the Molt Tender Ketria Skimmer, or I can't remember the name of the card, but it's a new one, and it says whenever a card leaves your graveyard during your turn, you draw a card once a turn, which is quite good. But this card is susceptible to Bowmasters, which is nice. We'll see if they have a Force of Will or not. Seems like no, so that should set us up pretty nicely. This deck is also a natural order deck, so we gotta look out for that. I don't remember that. I don't remember Scythe Cat Cub, though. I feel like this might be a new innovation. Maybe it's a Nadu edition. I'll see if we can bolt. Not bad. Okay. Could ponder looking for Force of Will. Or I could just get more on board. And I like getting more on board. Okay, I got Force of Will anyways. Not bad. See, we got Windswept Heath now. Yeah, the Caracas does kind of tell me this might be a Nadu deck. I feel like I might have maybe would have noticed that in the Stryfo list if it was there. Did incredibly well at the Showcase Challenge. I played 2 rounds of that. I beat Blue-Black Reanimator in round 1, then I lost to Tony in round 2, and then I just went back to bed. It's very difficult for me to play the Sunday morning challenges since I like work at a bar until pretty late at night. Let's see. I think this is a good opportunity to use Nimble Obstructionist on Windswept Heath and kind of keep them off 4 mana. Seems like good tempo gameplay. Yeah, let that happen. And then stifle this. Seems like a Green Sun situation, maybe. Stock up. If that can just deliver me like more Force of Wills, that seems pretty good. Okay, yeah, so this is like a new angle on the Molt Tender Skimmer engine. Because I'm pretty sure that deck did not play Nadu. Now they're forcing back. Wow. Could be in some trouble here. They are at 9. Is there a way I can get over the line here? I hope so. Theoretically, we should be preying on Nadu decks. I know it never really works out that way, but damn it, it should. Alright, they're at 4. Surveil 2. Got a Lightning Bolt. I'll take it. One wrong move. I think that must be better than like looking for Force of Will or something, right? Just have them on the line. They can't draw a card either with Orcish Bowmasters around. Can't really force. Sylvan Safekeeper is really good. Really, really good. Oh my god. That sucks. Oh man, where do these cards even come from, you know? Where do they even come from? Swords. Heath. Zenith. I hope they feel like they need to cast that. Ponder. So far, so good. There it is. Kishia Skimmer. That's the card I was thinking of. Alright, I think we know their hand, right? No, there's one unknown. It better not be Force of Will. I swear to God, if it's Force of Will, I'll lose my mind. I guess they could Swords their own creature. Another Skimmer. I mean, I feel like the crazy part now is like flipping Force of Will, which they can't do. Or they'd have to Swords another one of their own creatures to do that. They'll flip a lot of cards. If they're fetch lands, maybe it's going to be hard to cast spells with them. I don't know. There's just some things you can't do at 1 life. And they can't attack either. It's kind of cool. There's Force, Green Sun, Endurance. So Snapcaster Mage will not really work. Rainforest, Molt Tender, Molt Tender. Still one unknown over there. What could it be? Endurance is flying in. Are they going to Swords it? They're probably just going to get more triggers, yeah. Pretty good. Brainstorm. Doesn't quite work. Another Swords to Plowshares. I mean, it's cool to have Nadu on the run like this, but they're going to outcard me eventually. Really hoping to end this. Like, this would be the point where I should just be able to Bolt or Bowmasters for the win. It's not going to happen. But also, if I can shuffle, that's 2 more Bolts back in my deck. Bowmasters. That's the card I needed. Cast Ponder. Now we shuffle our library. Shuffle all those bolts back in there. Now I guess I can shoot Dryad Arbor, tap down, Nadu, swing. That should be lethal, right? I mean, they can cast swords. They'll take one. Oh yeah, it does not work. Man, I guess I can see how they choose to block. If I attack with everyone, do you think Nadu is blocking Kaito? Probably. Plussing doesn't make sense. They can always just block Kaito. Just make sure I'm not miscounting the Swords to Plowshares here. Yeah, they still have one in hand. They flipped quite a few of those. I wonder what happens if I shoot Dryad Arbor and then just attack with all of them. Then I can dig with Kaito. Doesn't really force the action in the same way as tapping one of them down, though. It's tough. Might be able to get the same outcome, though, if I just cast Bowmasters, put them to 3, and then find a Lightning Bolt. Sure. Hopefully I'm not missing something incredibly obvious here. Force of Will. So that was the mystery card? Man. Oh wait, no, they had that. Okay. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about Force too. That was always a possibility, wasn't it? Alright, activate Kaito. Shieldred's Edict. I don't think that's good enough. Reanimate? Reanimate Bowmasters, I guess? Is that good enough? Then they go to 2. Gotta block. I could reanimate Bowmasters after combat. Does that make any sense? Maybe a little bit. Finish off Nadu. I feel like it doesn't make that much sense though. I'd rather just have them have less blockers, I guess. Is that true? Maybe not. What if they double block Kaito? Probably don't have the luxury to do that. But then I have a bigger power creature to attack with as well. Alright. Would have preferred Lightning Bolt. I gotta say also, Faerie Macabre does not feel as appealing as Surgical Extraction against this deck. I just want to extract Nadu. It's like the one card that matters in this matchup. Alright, I don't know why. I'm worried why they thought so long about that. Makes me feel like there's something going on here. I'll still bluff Lightning Bolt. Yeah, I think we pretty clearly attack with all of them. Oh, now what? Swords my army. Sure. They go to 1. Well, there's some things they can't do, like draw cards, but I feel like that's the best I had. Land they can't really use. Land they can't really use. Can play a lot of creatures. Hopefully it's not good enough. Next turn, I will hopefully be able to actually find lethal with stock up or something. Molt Tenders, 2 more flips. Land they can use. That's concerning. Land they can't use. Party keeps going. Expensive creature. Ponder they can't use. Another Molt Tender. I mean, it is a good sign that they're not using Green Sun Zenith to get the last piece of their combo or whatever. Backup Nadu is probably not what they want to see. Like, they're pretty choked on green here. Playing another creature out would require them to have green mana, which they just can't do at 1 life. I'm drawing towards 4 Lightning Bolts, 2 Bowmasters. Even if they flip Force of Will on their 10 cards that they're going to get on my upkeep, hopefully it's not enough. I think we clearly let Kaito go. I think we need these 2 Bowmasters. Or do we? I mean, I would just be chumping because nomads can transfer damage, of course. So it's unappealing for a lot of reasons, but if they swords my bowmasters, it turns on their cantrips. Do they even want to do that? What's cantripping going to get them? They have every card in their deck pretty much. Yep. With that in mind, it does seem like they should be seeing some more lands. 5 more about. Ooh, Lush Portico. Is this a Nadu? I mean what's it called? Thassa's Oracle situation? Now they're getting their lands. We're hoping to avoid a hard cast Force of Will situation, but it seems almost inevitable. Uro. Uro is scary. Oh god. Okay, that's a tapped land. Trying to avoid a hard cast Force here. Oh my frickin' god. Was that the last flip? No, it was not. And swords? There's just some things you cannot overcome. Just like absurd amounts of cards. We'll see if they're allowed to fight over this. Maybe they'll feel like they can't. I don't know. Oh, they'll fight. Oh, they'll fight. God frickin' damn it. This is absurd. Game drives me crazy sometimes. Opponent, 1 frickin' life. Second to last Nadu flip gives them hardcast Force. 5 cards left in their deck. Can they win in time is the next question. Do they have Craterhoof Behemoth? I feel like I would have seen that by now. Sure. I'll draw Snapcaster Mage next turn, I guess. Do you have an endurance? I know you already used 1. If they have multiple endurances, I'll probably go to the next game. Maybe I should just start targeting their creatures, though. Yeah, it makes a lot more sense. Maybe I can deck them. So I don't want to block Nadu. That's so wild. Guess I'm not blocking anyone yet. Brainstorm. Force of Will. Where'd that come from? Oh, whatever. Maybe I'll just find a lightning bolt here. I should have cast Ponder. Keen-Eyed Curator. Sure. Should probably bounce that. What does it flip? Green Sun Zenith. Oh yeah, can you never deck when you have Green Suns? Didn't think about that. Probably should have thought about that. Molt Tender, Curator, Skimmer. Insane. Insane. To be fair, I did punt. Like if I had bounced Keen-Eyed Curator first. This is probably just really embarrassing. I think I'm just tired. Let's try and finish this, I guess. Well, got them to 1 multiple times, but just could not win for some fucking reason. I do not feel like the deck has been kind to me today. I'm actually surprised I'm 3-1 right now. Silly. Alright. Thought sees you. Probably take Nomads. Or I could take Force. No, I'll take Nomads. Gotta remove some of these stops. Like running out of time. So funny. Pass. Put a card on top. The hell does that mean? Kishla. I'll bolt that. No, I wouldn't mind reanimating that thing. A lot of cards leave my graveyard. Force a will. I should cast Strix here. I need to make a land drop. No luck. I do get a replacement blue card though for this force, which is not terrible. Scythecat Cub. Do I force? No, I don't think so. Come on, deck. Cast Ponder. Come on, deck. It's bad running today. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Oh, man. I'm at the edge. Dog, I'm at the edge. Holding their swords. Well, cling your Uro. No Kishla Skimmer to collect on that one. Decision time. Yeah, I'll force. It's the only thing holding me from losing. They have frickin' Veil Summer. They didn't have to use their Force of Will yet. This feels like trash. Not to mention they can cast an Uncarnable Nadu right now. That's bad too. Makes my reanimate look bad. Yeah, this has been a pretty embarrassing game. Alright. Still no lands. Push. Cool. I'll push that thing too. Now it's my turn to be at a super low life total, hanging on. Molt Tender. Something cool about Molt Tender. Exiling a card from your graveyard is part of the cost, so you can't use Cling to Dust to disrupt that mana ability. Kind of cool. I really hope they don't have another Veil Summer. Then I will lose. Okay, cool. Oh no. Better do this now, I guess. They can draw a card in response. Hopefully it's not blue for force. Tight. One more turn of drawing poorly. Man, Edict is not going to do anything. I might as well do this while that Molt Tender is tapped. What do I get? Probably the Skimmer, right? Cub's good at scaling. I don't know, it's tough. I don't really have time to really sit around and wait though. Or to figure this out. I'll take that one. Now they have Hardcast Force. Now I have 3 lands. Can't attack. It's too bad. Caracas. Yeah, go Sewers. Take Brainstorm. Try to Edict them. It works. Cast Brainstorm. Oh man. Well, I really don't want a ninjutsu. I can't give them their Skimmer back. That would be a disaster. Sylvan Safekeeper. The last time I tried to target any of their stuff. Alright, cast this. No, I let it go. Wild. Don't think they'll block. Which lets me do this. Which I guess turns on their stuff for a turn. Yeah, just bid them both. Surgical. I could surgical one of my own cards and trigger Kishless Skimmer, I guess. That'd be funny. Crazy game. Brazen Borrower. No block. Activate. Sure. Cast Edict. Forcing that makes sense. Ponder. Scary. Can't imagine they shuffle from here. I feel like they've already drawn all their dead cards. Yeah. Oh, it's Nadu. What a surprise. Now they can just start sacrificing lands. What if I jumbled their stuff, though? That'd be kind of funny. I mean, the goal is to surgical Nadu. That's really the goal here. But blind flips. I like the idea of that. They're going to go off in response. Swords. So they want the swords. Got it. No time to look. I'm going to time out. Maybe they will before I do. I don't know. Oh my god. Turns out giving them a blind flip and extracting that was the wrong thing to do, because they immediately got nomads. Isn't that how it goes? Carpet. It's a lot of mana. My Kishla, or your Kishla. I'm ahead on clock now. Brainstorm. Yeah, how do I even get out of this one? Safekeeper is a real pain. As always, I needed to counter Nadu. That's really all it comes down to. We just couldn't really get anything going. Ponder shuffles. I would be fairly shocked if they don't find a way to win. Nine cards left in deck. Draw an island. Tap down Nadu. They'll probably like Veil. They don't. Interesting. Alright. Do I take the initiative now? Just like grab. I don't know. They also could have sacrificed a land. Guess I'll attack. Play opposition agent. Guess try to bolt Safekeeper. Doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense. Pass, I guess. Maybe I can deck them. I'll take a little life. Endurance seems like an important thing to fight over. Yield to carpet. Make a lot of green. Do they have endurance? They do have endurance. Ah, man. The flipping shall continue. I mean, they don't know. I might have like a wrath or something. I mean, if they flip 12 more cards, they might be in the same situation, you know? Everyone's attacking Kaito. That means I am supposed to let it go. Trying to play this correctly. Second carpet. That will trigger next turn. Zenith for 2. So let's see. Yeah, they can just beat this no matter what. They have so many fetch lands. So I guess bouncing it with Brazen Borrower becomes the method of survival. None of this makes sense. It's probably bad content too. I feel like I'm just falling apart here. I tried really hard to win game 1, and it did not really work out. Keynote Curator's back. Alright. Bolt you. This seems like the most realistic route to victory. Brainstorm into like Bowmasters and Bolt. Cling to Dust. Don't think that's going to work against Keen-Eyed Curator. Oh, man. Let's just pack it up. I can't do this anymore. Don't really think we learned much here. Well, maybe we did. I don't actually think... Well, we didn't go up against Blue-Black Reanimator, so... It kind of is an experiment in a vacuum. Like, if we're not even encountering the deck that we're teching for, It's out there. Trust me, it's out there. All the same, I think if I had to play a big tournament tomorrow, I would just play 2 surgicals and be pretty happy with that. Man, a lot of Nadu in the end there. Kind of polar opposite of the matches too. Like in match 4, feels like deck didn't function, which I guess, happens sometimes. Match 5, I'm sure there's like a million ways that could have played out where I could have dealt that final point of fucking damage. Just having them at 1 for so long was so crazy. And then yeah, game 2, just a lot of stumbling. And there was like a period in the mid game where like if that brainstorm didn't brainstorm lock me, I probably could have pulled ahead in that mid game. But instead we just had to redraw all the cards we didn't want. And that was a bummer, but it happens sometimes. Yeah, I guess that's it. Wow, I'm speechless. Thanks for tuning in as always. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time.